Good afternoon. I will be reading all the information we got here in this task of English conversation in order to develop my skills. Do you consider Buzkashi a dangerous sport? Yes, I do. I consider that Buzkashi is too dangerous for me. Personally, it doesn't make sense. This is a very silly sport. It's like a race to death, even for those for horses. They run is very dangerous. What do you think of these people? They should have more awareness about how dangerous is this sport and the risk for their lives, and they should think about those horses and how much they suffer. Really, which sport is more dangerous in your country? Why? In our country, we don't have many dangerous sports. This is why I think that in our Dominican Republic, the most dangerous sport is motorcycling. Exercise A. True or false? The writer believes that sports must be competitive. This is true. The writer believes that sports must be dangerous. True. Extreme ironing is a very old sport. False. Extreme ironies almost always compete outside. True. Some companies sponsor extreme ironing teams. True. Extreme ironies don't like people to know their names. True. Answer the questions. Check with 1E the items that ironing must carry with them: iron, ironing board, and clothes. These are the things that they are compelled to carry in this sport. A. True or false? Another exercise. Sonia Thomas ate 12 lobsters in 30 minutes. I said this is false. It's the contrary. In 12 minutes, she ate 38 lobsters. Sonia is a member of the EFOS. True. Sonia is the best in a professional eater in the world. False. Professional eaters are fat. This is false. Professional eaters play golf and tennis. False. The most important competition in a hot dog eating contest. True. B. Answer questions. What two things are most important in competitive eating contests? Speed and amount. Name three different eating contests: National Lobsters Eating Contest, Hot Dogs Contest, Chicken Wings Competition. Exercise page 18. Exercise and analysis. Analyze. Would the writer of reading one think that professional eating is a sport? Yes, when he says most people believe that sports must combine physical activity and competition. If we use this definition, then eating is a sport. Sometimes writers let their readers infer or guess part of their meaning. What connection does the writer want the reader to make in the quote below? The writer tell us that one can think about professional eaters can be fat, obvious, but that is not so. That they are low weight people. Exercise reading skill. What do you think of extreme ironing and professional eating? Are they sports? Would you participate in them? Well, in my opinion, I think that these two activities could not be called a sport, nor should they be included as a sport. These are entertainment activities. I did not practice a sport of this kind. Well, are there any other sports that you think are silly? Handball. I really love almost all sports, unlike this one, referring to sports that are Olympics. Page 22. According to the writers, which of these activities are sports? Figure skating, golf, gymnastics, baseball. According to the writer, activities such as baseball and golf are considered as a sport, while the author does not conceive of figure skating or gymnastics as much. Another question: how did you make your decision? I agree in part with the writer regarding to the level of physical and mental competitiveness that is required of a player, but if we consider a sport as chess that is mental, then we should consider other similar as much. Do all athletes participate in a sport? No. An athlete has four basic pillars in his life: endurance, strength, speed, and flexibility. Then, cheerleaders, dancers, gymnasts, and artists, skaters are incredible athletes and are not considered sports. All of those who participate in a sport are all of those who participate in a sport athletes? Not all. You can participate in a sport and not be an athlete. Bowlers and golfers did not have to be great athletes. They are people with a specific ability, but they are not athletes. Exercise in the page 23. Vocabulary word, reading skills. Guess context meaning, match the words and their meanings. Result, decide. Determine, a game. Influence, decision. Referees, people who make sure that competitors follow the rules. Athletes, physical ability. Curling, to effect. Participate in. Lastly, talk about your ideas. Do you agree with the following definition of sport? Why or why not? A human activity that is competitive has to define result. Requirement requires physical activity and or physical ability. Yes, since sport is everything that is competitive, because all the athletes have the desire to win and requires a physical activity. I agree with this definition. Would the reading three writer agree with this? I do not think that the author of reading 3 would agree. And for him, only some physical activities such as baseball, golf, hockey, etc. can be called sport. Thank you very much. This is the reading, and I think that is very good for our develop and be very proactive in our pronunciations of English. When we read, we learn to improve, we learn some vocabulary and how to communicate with people. That I think this is the most important things for our pronunciation, and I'm learning with this practice. Thank you very much.